Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Planning Commission meeting for Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. Mr. Secretary, can you please take the roll?
Absolutely. Vice Chair Davidson,
Present.
Commissioner Murphy,
Here.
Commissioner Vandermeulen,
Here.
Well, that was quick. Thank you. Now I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Murphy will lead us.
Yes, please stand, face the flag. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the consent calendar. Do the commissioners have any questions or comments on it? I think the only thing on it is the
There's two things.
minutes. Oh, minutes in the CIP. Any questions or comments?
I don't have any.
None for me.
Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve the consent items.
And a second?
I'll second.
Perfect. Myra, can you please take the vote?
Yes. Commissioner Vandermeulen,
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Davidson.
Yes. All right, moving right along then. Next will be general public comments. These are comments from the public for items that are not on the agenda. Do we have anything? Seeing none, we'll continue along. Okay, next on the agenda, item B, under the Planning Commission's public hearing, it's CUP 437. It's the Green Room Golf LLC.
Thank you, Vice Chair Davidson. This item will be presented by our Assistant Planner, Sean Kunikow.
Good evening, Vice Chair Davidson and Planning Commissioners. The applicant is requesting approval of a conditional use permit to allow for the use of an indoor practice golf facility inside of a 4,011 square foot unit within an existing multi-industrial building. The subject unit is located at 4023 Camino Ranchero within a multi-tenant industrial complex consisting of 9 units. Directly west of the site is 4011 Camino Ranchero, which also contains 9 units. Both buildings are situated within the Camarillo Ranch Business Center. Other multi-tenant industrial buildings are located to the north, south, and west of the property, with Caligas Creek and the bike trail to the west, or to the east. The subject property has a land designation of industrial, and the property is zone M1 light manufacturing. The applicant proposes no physical changes to the site. Pursuant to Camarillo Municipal Code that is referenced above, the proposed indoor golf facility requires a total of 7 parking spaces. The industrial complex currently provides 103 on-site parking spaces. Based on the required parking ratio for the industrial and office use, the 2 buildings, which together totals 42,098 square feet, requires 57 spaces. This results in a surplus of 46 parking spaces, ensuring adequate parking availability to accommodate the proposed use. Here you see a floor plan. The proposed floor plan shows 5 golf bays, highlighted in green. Each golf bay will be approximately 450 square feet in size and will accommodate a maximum of 2 people at a time. A noise study by McKay, Conant, Hoover, Inc. confirmed the proposed indoor golf facility will comply with city noise standards, remaining within the allowable 65 decibels from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and 55 decibels from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. limits, with no anticipated impacts to the adjoining tenants or surrounding properties. Here you see the cross-section layout, which shows space for the golf swinging into a 10-foot screen that will serve as a net, also known as a simulator shell. About 18 feet back, you'll see an overhead projector that will display simulated golf courses. There is room in the back for an instructor or another participant. Here's an overview of the layout. Here you see the hitting mat in the middle where the golfer will swing into the 15 feet wide shell. CUP 437 is exempt from CEQA. Staff recommends the Plan Commission find CUP 437 categorically exempt from the provisions of CEQA and adopting a resolution approving the project subject to the recommended conditions of approval.
Thank you. Commissioners, are there any questions or comments to staff?
The only comment I had was on our list of what we had for available parking. On this one, I know we have certain rules and guides to show the parking, but here, because there's allowed 2 people possible per bay, I would have rather seen those accounted for on that parking list, so.
Gotcha. So I was a little prepared for parking calculations. What's great about this multi-tenant industrial park is there's a large surplus of parking to accommodate those needs. And with the hours of this business being pretty spread out, there's availability for it all.
Right. I knew there was plenty of parking. I just felt that I would have rather seen it accounted for on the chart.
The initial calculations.
Yeah.
Yes, we base the calculations off of our current parking code in reference to driving ranges, which follows the same standards.
Right. I know. I just was going to voice my opinion,
Gotcha.
but thank you.
Of course.
Commissioner Murphy?
Now, I just wanted to make sure I understand the level of the business would be, there's 5 spaces, maximum of 2 customers per space at any one given time. And would there be a maximum of 1 instructor possibly in those spaces? Or would there be more instructors? Just wondering how that lays out.
I can have the applicant speak on a little bit more on that, but the goal is to have 2 people, either instructor and student, or 2 friends going to the golf bay. So
All
it's
right,
2 max
thanks.
overall.
Okay.
Right, so with that, if there are no further questions or comments, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Are there any, we do have a public comment, and I think it's the applicant, Kyle Morrell. Come on up. The microphone is yours.
Just wanted to say thank you. My name's Camarillo. I'm here with my business partner, Travis. So just a big thank you for your time today. We agree with all the conditions to go forward, and we think this is going to be a great addition to Camarillo. We're excited to bring more golfing to a great town. So thank you.
As the developer, there may be questions from the other commissioners.
I don't have any questions, but I'd be interested to learn more about instructors.
Are you
Yeah,
looking
just
for a
as
lesson?
as a follow-up to what I was asking before, is this a place where people primarily come for their own recreation, or is it a place where people primarily come to receive instruction on golf?
It can be either one. So we want people to be able to focus on like golf practice here. It's kind of strictly golf. If you want to get a lesson, that'd be a great place to do it because we have computers and machines that give you all kinds of analytics on your swing, you know, what's happening with your club, ball spin. So having like a coach or an instructor along with the tech, it just provides like the best lesson possible. And then if you're just wanting to practice, you know, what you just learned, you can spend some time there in lieu of a driving range because you get the information with every single shot.
I see. So if you need instruction, you'd bring your own coach, or is there a golf pro there or something that?
Correct.
Yeah,
So
it's
myself
also
and
available.
Travis would be able to provide, you know, lessons, or, you know, we're trained to use the technology to help enhance, you know, like a golf lesson that way. But yeah, we're working with a couple local coaches, or like, for example, the junior PGA, you know, instructors for our youth are very interested in bringing like their youth there to practice with these machines. It's really fun for kids too.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
An additional question. When you go to the driving range, you pay per bucket of balls. How does the charge go for using the Bay Area?
Right.
bays?
So it's actually pretty comparable. So for example, driving range, depending on what golf course you go to, you pay for a large bucket, could be 15 or more for about 100, 100 balls. Takes about 45 to 50 minutes to hit all those balls. You don't really get any feedback, if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing unless you had an instructor there at the driving range with you. At our project, we're allowing people to get information on every single shot, and we're going to be charging, possibly $25 an hour, and you can hit as many balls as you can in that hour. So we think it's going to be a better, experience than just the driving range that we have today.
I will say, not on golf experience, but years ago when I was in Phoenix and playing tennis, they had what they called tennis in the round. So the balls came out from the middle, and they had places where you, all the way around that you hit the ball, and you could set it for what type of shots you wanted to have coming to practice. So this would be similar to that, although not, this will be a lot more technical because you'll have the feedback and watching your strokes and such. But it just reminded me of that tennis in the round where I would drive across town to get to it because it was a lot more benefit than hitting a bucket of balls.
Yep, I completely agree. We can do something similar as well where you can create or recreate a shot. So whether it's like, if you want to travel, little time warp to Pebble Beach or a golf course in a different state, and you're kind of wanting to practice like that hole or that approach shot to that hole ahead of actually playing the game, then you can do that. And you can go over and over and over again, something you wouldn't really be able to simulate
Yeah.
unless you're playing. So we're excited to provide very detailed practice.
Very good. Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Morrell.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. And seeing that no other comments, I will now close the public hearing. Okay, this item is now open for discussion. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners?
I don't have any.
Commissioner Murphy?
No, looks like a reasonable application and a reasonable use to me for this area and the community.
Very good. All right, Mr. Secretary, can you please read the resolution?
Absolutely. Resolution number PC 2025-05, a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of Camarillo approving a request from Green Room Golf LLC for a conditional use permit to establish an indoor golf practice facility inside of an existing 4,011 square foot unit located in a multi-tenant industrial building at 4023 Camino Ranchero, Unit A, in the light manufacturing zone, further described as CUP-437.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion?
Yeah, I move that we waive further reading and vote to adopt.
And a
I'll
second.
second that.
Very good. We have a motion and we have a second. Can we please call the vote?
Commissioner Vanderbulen,
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Davidson.
Yes. All right, motion passes. Thank you very much. Don't feel like you have to stay for the rest of it, too. We completely understand you have a life. All right. Okay, and actually, next item on the agenda is the director's report.
Thank you. No items are tracking for the July 1st, 2025 meeting, so it will likely be canceled. And that concludes the report.
Oh, very good then. Okay, we moved on to commissioner comments. Are there any comments for the good of the order from the commissioners?
No, it's nice to be back in place and and actually be here. I really enjoyed, having the golf thing come in, so. And we have new presenters over here, which I want to thank you for. Great job. And always appreciate all the help from staff. So,
Very good.
thank you.
Only thing from me is just reading through that CIP. I do actually do that every year, and it makes me realize just how busy this city is to keep it running in great condition and for the benefit of this community. And I just want to express my appreciation for all that goes into that.
And I'll just add a few 2 cents with a new granddaughter. We've been taking advantage of a lot of the things that the city has to offer for people that we didn't think about existing prior to having a grandchild. And so my wife and I have been at the library and in the parks, and it's just, you're right, there's such a rich inventory of items and things to do that just makes all of the people of Camarillo so much better off for it. So kudos not only to our great staff, but to the entire city for really making this a city that we all want to live in.
Yeah, I have to say, from having in the past 2 different grandchildren at different times, grandsons, the parks were wonderful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They were.
Yeah. All right, seeing that we've concluded our comments then, we will adjourn the meeting.